Are people going to vote? And why aren't people voting? Are we too stuck to our phones? I mean, those are the things that keep me up, because you don't have control over them. And you wonder, where are we in this? Where are our hearts? What's going to happen in this next election? I am terrified about what could possibly happen, because our leaders matter. Who we select, who speaks for us, who holds that bully pulpit. It affects us in ways that sometimes I think people take for granted. The fact that people think that government, does it really even do anything? And I'm like, oh my God, does government do everything for us? And we cannot take this democracy for granted. And sometimes I worry that we do. Those are the things that keep me up.
You won't believe the explosive saga that's been unfolding behind the pristine walls of American politics. It's a tale that intertwines power, betrayal, and raw human emotion. And it all centers around two of the most influential women in America, Michelle Obama and Jill Biden. Let me take you through this roller coaster of a feud that has gripped the nation. It all started when whispers of discord began to circulate. The air in Washington, D.C. was thick with tension, but it wasn't the usual political squabble. This was personal. Michelle Obama, the beloved former First Lady, and Jill Biden, the current First Lady, were at odds. The world saw their polished exteriors and graceful public appearances, but behind closed doors, a storm was brewing. The catalyst? Kathleen Buhle, Hunter Biden's ex-wife. Kathleen, who had been through a tumultuous and very public divorce from Hunter Biden, found herself in the middle of a firestorm. Her revelations about Hunter's alleged infidelities and struggles with addiction had already sent shockwaves through the Biden family. But what truly ignited the feud was Kathleen's sudden closeness to Michelle Obama. The two women bonded over shared experiences of pain and betrayal, forming a deep and, to many, surprising alliance. As Michelle and Kathleen's friendship blossomed, Jill Biden found herself increasingly isolated. It wasn't just about the personal betrayal of Hunter's indiscretions anymore. It was about loyalty and who stood by whom in the aftermath. Jill, fiercely protective of her family, saw Michelle's support of Kathleen as a direct affront. The tension escalated when Michelle invited Kathleen to several high-profile events where Jill had been a prominent figure. The slight was unmistakable. For Jill, it felt like a stab in the back from a woman she had once considered a friend and ally. Michelle, on the other hand, saw her actions as standing up for a woman who had been wronged and needed support. The lines were drawn, and the feud went public. Insiders revealed that the tension reached a boiling point at a private dinner, hosted by a mutual friend. What was supposed to be a peaceful gathering turned into a heated confrontation. Voices were raised, tears were shed, and accusations flew. Michelle accused Jill of turning a blind eye to Hunter's issues and failing to support Kathleen. In her darkest times, Jill fired back, accusing Michelle of meddling in family affairs and exploiting Kathleen's story for her own gain. It was a no-holds-barred clash that left everyone in the room reeling. The media caught wind of the feud, and soon every headline screamed of the Obama-Biden fallout. Analysts and commentators dissected every interaction, every photo, every public statement, looking for clues and reading between the lines. Social media buzzed with speculation and opinions, dividing fans and followers into Team Michelle and Team Jill. Amidst this chaos, Hunter Biden remained a controversial figure. His struggles with addiction and the legal battles that ensued had already placed a significant strain on the Biden family. Kathleen's tell-all book only added fuel to the fire, painting a vivid picture of a man grappling with demons and a family trying to keep it all together. Michelle's endorsement of the book was seen as a betrayal by the Biden camp, a public validation of Kathleen's painful narrative. The feud took another dramatic turn when Michelle and Jill were both scheduled to speak at a prominent women's conference. The organizers, aware of the tension, tried to manage the situation by scheduling their speeches at different times, but the public was eager for a showdown. Would they acknowledge the feud? Would they address each other directly? The anticipation was palpable. Michelle took the stage first. Her speech, powerful and heartfelt, spoke of resilience and the strength of women supporting each other through difficult times. She didn't name names, But her message was clear. She stood by Kathleen and all women who had faced betrayal and hardship. The audience erupted in applause, but the undertone of tension was unmistakable. Jill's speech, on the other hand, was a passionate defense of family loyalty and the importance of standing by loved ones. Through thick and thin, she spoke of forgiveness, of healing, and the unbreakable bonds of family. Again, no names were mentioned, but everyone knew who and what she was referring to. The room was electric with emotion. In the aftermath, both camps issued statements trying to downplay the feud, calling it a misunderstanding blown out of proportion by the media. But the damage was done. The public had seen the cracks in the facade, the raw emotions of two powerful women caught in a deeply personal conflict. The feud also had political ramifications. With the presidential elections looming, every move, every word, every gesture was scrutinized. Supporters of both women found themselves at odds, and the unity of the Democratic Party was at stake. Behind the scenes, frantic efforts were made to broker peace, to find common ground and present a united front. But the wounds were deep and the scars were visible. For the Obamas and the Bidens, the feud was a painful reminder of the human element behind the politics. It was a story of friendship and betrayal, of public image and private pain. It was a story that resonated with people everywhere because it was so profoundly human. We all have friends we've fallen out with, family members we've defended or condemned, and moments of raw, unfiltered emotion. As the dust settled, the nation watched and waited. Would Michelle and Jill find a way to mend their broken relationship? Could the bonds of friendship and shared history overcome the bitterness and betrayal? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain. The feud between Michelle Obama and Jill Biden was a stark reminder that even the most powerful people are not immune to the trials and tribulations of life. Their story, with all its twists and turns, had captured the heart of the nation, leaving us all wondering what would happen next in this dramatic saga of loyalty, betrayal, and the unbreakable bonds of womanhood.
I know that your husband is in the process of considering a running mate. Who do you want it to be?
Oh my goodness. You know, there's so many qualified, strong women, and you've seen them in the process that we've gone through. And so I'm going to leave that up to him. I think that Joe has always said that he and Barack shared the same values, and that's what was so important to him, and that's why they got along so well. And I think that's who he'll look for, a woman who has the same values that he does. So I think that's really important.
Well, then I have a suggestion. I don't know. I mean, this is just off the top of my head. Maybe former First Lady Michelle Obama?
You know, I'd love it if Michelle would agree to it, but I think she's had it with politics. I don't know. She's so good at everything she does. That would be wonderful.